I'm Crystal, and I live with my husband Alex and our cat Riley. Despite living with lupus, I try to enjoy life to its fullest. So come share in life's big and little moments with me. In my shoes. Hey guys, just a quick little video today. I just got out of my CPR class at Sick Kids Hospital, and I haven't been at Sick Kids Hospital since 8 years ago, exactly a week before my cousin Brittany passed away. And shortly after she passed away, someone made this beautiful painting of the characters of Wizard of Oz, and they painted her as Dorothy in the painting. And I saw pictures of the painting, but I don't think I ever saw it in person, and I had heard that it had been hung up in the same wing where Brittany had stayed, and so it was there in memory of her. So it just so happened that my CPR course was on the same floor as where Brittany stayed, so I just went over. And originally my cousin had told me it was going to be in someone's office, but apparently they just recently moved it from that office to a spot right outside the nurses station. And the gentleman that pointed me in the right direction of it, it's like right there, you can't miss it. And he said it's in its rightful place now, and he was really nice, and it was just really touching. And it's just crazy, like it's been 8 years, but yeah, so this is the floor where she stayed, and you can see over there, that was the corner. It's just around the corner there where the picture was. And I did take a couple of pictures of it that I can put at the end of this, but yeah, it's just crazy being back here, but it's nice to remember her, and she was such a wonderful person, and it was just beautiful to see the picture, and I'm so glad that I was able to, and I'm glad to see that it has been moved out of an office and into a hallway where everyone can enjoy it, and there's her face right there for everyone to remember her. So yeah, this is an awesome hospital, guys. Like, the staff here is amazing. So anyways, I'll check in later. Hey guys, so I am home, and so like I said, I got to see Brittany's painting, which was so wonderful, but it was a bit emotional too. I had to really try not to start crying when the guy pointed me in the direction of the poster. It was just the things that he said really touched me, and I think I was just, I don't know, it was like a surreal moment for me, so I really didn't know what to say. And like afterwards I got to thinking that I should have asked him, you know, if he knew her, and you know, how he knew her, if he did, and because I'm not really sure if he was a nurse or a maintenance guy. It was strange because he wasn't really dressed the same as the other nurses at the nurses station, so I wasn't really sure what his role was at the hospital, but I'm gonna take a guess that he did know her just because of the things he said about the painting, and how, you know, it's in its rightful place now and it should be there. And it was hard for me to remember because it was 8 years ago, but I think the painting was actually at the start of the hall, of the hallway that that her room was in. I'm not 100% sure, but I kind of vaguely remember going down that hall. So it's just amazing that they put the painting, I'm thinking, you know, the same hall where her room was. So she definitely touched a lot of lives, you know, like a lot of people in the hospital, you know, loved her. And you know, when she passed away, the staff members actually had their own little memorial in the hospital for staff members that couldn't attend the funeral that day. So I thought that was really wonderful. So anyways, from there I went and Alex picked me up at the subway station, and we went to look at these new apartments being built that are basically like townhouses, and I had a feeling they would be expensive, but I did not expect them to be as expensive as they were. A 2-bedroom apartment with a den was $18.50 a month. That does not include your utilities. I mean, that's just crazy. If you wanted a 3-bedroom with like just a 3-bedroom, that was like $2,200, and if you wanted a 3-bedroom with a den, it was like $2,300. All of the units came with their own basement as well. So like I said, they were like townhouses. So you had like a main level, you had an upstairs level, and then you had a basement. But if you wanted them to finish the basement for you before you moved in, that's an extra 100. I think it was like 100 to 150 per month. Just crazy, just crazy. I mean, in my opinion, I'm not sure, because I don't really know what the going rate is here in Toronto with houses, but I'm pretty sure that that's more than what a mortgage for a house would cost. So I don't really understand who would rent at that price when they can own at that price. So it was kind of disappointing, because the apartment was absolutely beautiful. Like, we went in the model suite that was the 3-bedroom with the den, and the website never mentioned the basement, so I thought it was just like a main level and an upper level, and that was it. But when I saw that it had a basement, I was kind of excited about that, because I was thinking, you know, I could have had my preschool in the basement. So I mean, but it's just not affordable. I mean, that's ridiculous. So that totally cancels out that option, but it's too bad, because it was a really beautiful place. Like, I loved the kitchen. There was actually space to put a dining room table, which we don't have here. We just have bar stools at our island that can seat 2 people, and then we just basically bought like TV tables so people can sit on the couches. So we really don't often have like a lot of people here. The most, I think, is when my friends and I have our girls' night. But yeah, it's just crazy, crazy. So it's too bad. Like, it would have been nice to have, you know, more space and stuff, but yeah, that's just not gonna happen at that price. So after that, came home and had some dinner. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I just chilled. Oh, Alex and I watched Saving Mr. Banks. I've been dying to see that, and we watched it tonight, and I loved it. And now I want to watch Mary Poppins because of it. I have like all the songs in my head now. It was a beautiful story. It was a story I didn't know. I mean, I've always loved Mary Poppins from the time I was a little girl. In fact, I've been meaning to try and get up some recordings that I have on cassette tape. I got to figure out how I would get it onto the computer, but I have these cassettes of me when I was like 6 or 7 singing Mary Poppins songs, and it's so funny because I mess up like the words constantly, but it's just so funny. So I wanted to show that to you guys somehow, some way. But yeah, I've always loved Mary Poppins, and it was nice to learn the story behind it. Also, I have news in terms of my job hunt. Both job interviews that I did, because I did one this past week on, I think it was Tuesday, and then I had that one the week before. And of course, out of the 2 of them, I wanted the one from the week before, which would have been just one child, the 1-year-old little girl. And so that was the one that I really wanted, and so I couldn't find the phone number. I don't think I ever did get the phone number of her mom, so I did email her on Wednesday to ask, you know, if she had made a decision, and just to let her know that I was still very much interested in the position. And anyways, on Friday, I heard from her, and she just said that they had decided to go with someone else that their child like kind of gravitated toward. And then the same day, just a few hours later, I heard from the other interview I had saying that they had chosen someone else as well. So I didn't get any of the jobs. However, I'm starting to think God knows best on this one. And I think that it just wasn't the right timing right now, because like I said, I'm going to be having that heart procedure, the ablation, done, and I was hoping to get an appointment for that to be done this month in August, or even last month. I was hoping like July or August, because it's just easier right now for me to get time off since I'm only working part-time and Ben's mom and dad are at home anyway. So I had hoped that I would be getting the appointment for the heart procedure like July or August. I haven't heard anything yet. When I spoke to them, they said they couldn't guarantee an appointment in August. It just depends on what comes up on the list and when a procedure room becomes available. So my guess is God knows the plan, and I am guessing that my heart procedure is going to end up being in like September. That's my guess. And he probably knew that it would not work out, because I mean, think about it. You hire someone, they start beginning of September, and then a week, maybe 2 weeks into the job, they're going to need like 2 to 4 days off for recovery time for this procedure. That's not a good start to a job. So I think I'm just going to take that as a sign, and I think I'm just going to wait for this heart procedure to be done and over with before I really get like into the job hunting. So that way I don't inconvenience a family by taking time off. I think it's just everything is falling into place, and I think this is how it was supposed to be, and I'm sure that I will find a good fit for me with a job. I always do, and God always provides. So I have complete and total faith in Him that everything is going to work out. So that's that. So that's basically all. I've given you my little updates, and yeah, so it's not much of a video today, but I just it was a crazy day. Learned some CPR. It was just like a refresher, and but it's really good to do a refresher, you know, like so you always remember what to do, and you know, all that stuff. So it was a good class. It was the first time I took one at Sick Kids. Usually I go with I usually go with St. John's Ambulance, but they are just like ridiculously expensive now, so this one was much more affordable. So anyways, guys, that's it. I'm going to call it a night, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.